And now, the starting lineup for your 2024-25 Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Playing guard number 3, Kyle Woods. Playing at forward number 11, AJ Nicholson. At forward number 12, Chanel McDonald. And guard number 21, Shamari Phillips. And playing guard number 22, Jordan Brooks.
And welcome into Daytona Beach, the campus of Bethune-Cookman University. It's women's hoops here for Bethune-Cookman as they host the Mercer Bears, coming in 3-5 on the year, 0 for 4 on the road so far. Bethune-Cookman undefeated at home, 2-0, looking for another win here at Moore Gymnasium. Kenny Scherlinger and Bryce Honoski alongside with you for the Wildcats and the Mercer Bears. And Bryce, welcome in, and should be a good one here tonight.
Yeah, a little leftovers from the Thanksgiving week here at Moore Gymnasium. Appreciate the crowd coming out to support today. We'll see. Hopefully the legs are still under both of these teams really after the holiday. And for the Wildcats, it's going to come down to getting hot on offense early. You got to be able to shoot the ball. You got to be able to come out swinging and find the best shots you can. Don't settle for less than that, and see what you can do against a team that you were able to beat last year.
Second year in a row these two have faced off. Last year up in Macon, Georgia, the Wildcats won in a close one after leading most of that game. Mercer came back quick, and Wildcats able to come away with a victory. So it should be a good one here this afternoon as Mercer in the road black uniforms get the ball first to start this one. Bennett, Batista, Locke, Harrison, Dawara, the starters for Mercer. Woods, Nicholson, McDonald, Phillips, and Brooks for Bethune-Cookman as Mercer answers first. A layup by Batista to get the visitors on top by 2. Full court pressure here. Bethune-Cookman's gonna have to break the press early. Second start of the season here for Ajane Nicholson. She started last game against UVA up in Virginia. Switching up the lineups a little bit for Bethune-Cookman head coach Janelle Creighton-Del Rosario, as a floater in the lane is good from the left side for Bethune-Cookman, getting that one to go.
That's what you got to see early. Got to see some buckets fall. Doesn't matter how they get there, but you got to see them fall. Team struggled a little bit, and if they can get hot, get some confidence under them, the defense will follow.
Into the corner, they swing it, does Mercer, in a 2-2 ball game early on here in Daytona Beach. Feeding it down low, and it's stolen away. Coming away with that one is Shamari Phillips, the SWAC newcomer of the week this week. As that one's dribbled off the knee of Woods out of bounds, and it'll go back to Mercer. So back-to-back turnovers there for both these teams.
And we know the Wildcats are going to get after it, man. They want to get their hands in the passing lanes. They want to jump some routes. They want to play physical inside. They're going to need to keep that up if they want a good chance today. They've done it so far this year. It's really what's kept them in a lot of these games.
Dorsey comes in for the Wildcats here, the junior from Baltimore, Maryland. Mercer feeds it down low. Short jumper is good for Bennett, junior from Edwardsville, Illinois. Gets that one to go. Mercer with a little bit of Midwest flavor here with first-year head coach Michelle Clark-Hurd coming over from University of Cincinnati in her first year in Macon. 2-point game led by Mercer early on here, under 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bethune-Cookman looking to get something to go. They try to feed it down low. It's stolen away. Phillips, or check that, Batista the other way. Hands it off down low, and it's stolen away by Bethune-Cookman.
That's another nice intercept there. Wildcats are all over a lot of these telegraph passes from Mercer early.
Nicholson had the steal and a missed layup there by the Wildcats. Here comes Mercer the other way. The half-court set, Mercer gonna get in the high post. They go down low, and an easy layup there for Batista to get her second bucket.
Bears early getting behind the Wildcat defense a little bit, getting some success along that baseline. Got to clog up the middle with some of these B-CU bigs, as Mercer's doing on the defensive end for them.
Wildcats will reset in the half-court set, get a call from the bench. Get it up to Nicholson. She's going to go to work, drive right off the glass, can't get it to go. Rebound by Ashley Locke, and here comes Mercer in transition, and a layup in transition is good for Dewara.
Another one just getting behind into that second level there, to use the football terminology, back behind that back line of the B-CU defense.
8-2, Mercer lead now on a little bit of a run here. Bethune-Cookman's been scoreless in 2 minutes and 30 seconds and counting here. In the lane, going up, got that one knocked away. It's out of bounds, so it'll stay with Bethune-Cookman. That was Nicholson.
I'd like to see a little bit more movement from everybody on the Wildcat offense. Nicholson trying to do a little too much. He's had a ton of success offensively early in the year, but I think she's trying to force it a little bit, trying to make something happen, especially when you just got the 2 on the board so far. She's got the athleticism to do it. We've said it a lot early in the year. She plays a lot bigger than she's listed at height-wise, but just needs a little bit of help so far.
Wildcats get it in, and a whistle right away. It's going to go against Mercer. They're going to get that foul against Utami, her first. We're going to reset it right back on the baseline for Bethune-Cookman, who've struggled shooting it this year, only shooting it 39% from the field. As that one is saved out of bounds, or is it? It's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to go back to Mercer. With 6:02 to go. Bethune-Cookman trying to find themselves on offense. Down 8-2.
Can't let Mercer control the tempo here.
Mercer down low, stolen away. Intercepted by Clark.
A lot of errant passes for the Bears into that middle area.
They feed it down low, and a foul is going to send the Wildcats to the line. So McDonald's going to go to the line. She's a 66% free throw shooter, senior from Lake Wales and a transfer from Warner.
When you're going to play against a team that's a little bit bigger than you like this is where you've got to convert. Wildcats shooting only under 60% from the line as a team so far this year. If you're going to go in and get hacked like that, it's a perfectly valid way to live. You just got to make your buckets.
First free throw is no good. One more coming here for McDonald. Wildcats looking for their first point, and that one rims out. They've been scoreless last 3.5 minutes here. And a stoppage of play. So they're gonna reset it. 5.5 to go in the opening quarter. Mercer with an early lead here. Bethune-Cookman looking for some offense. They get a steal. Coming up with that one is Kelly, and she'll go the distance to lay that up and in.
It's a nice way to kickstart the offense a little bit, give yourself an easy one. Like I said, starts on the defensive end for these Wildcats. If you get the shots to fall on the other one, it's only going to get easier.
Kelly, the freshman, 4-year varsity starter from Pompano Beach. Good defense there, and it's partially blocked. McDonald there with a good D, and that's going to stay with Mercer, but looks like the shot clock reset. I don't know if that went off the rim, though.
I don't know either. Well, there was the ref's call.
I think they might be talking about that now.
I thought the juggle play was borderline, too. Didn't call it a travel, but.
So they're going to reset it. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Good defense from Bethune-Cookman. They wanted to make sure they get rewarded for that. Shot clock down to 10 now, under 5 to go. Double down low, and a jumper is no good, but the long rebound comes out to Mercer. as Bennett secures it. They'll get a second chance opportunity. Double up top, and a whistle's gonna go against B-CU. That's gonna take us to a timeout. 4:38 to go here in the first quarter. And it's Mercer 8, Bethune-Cookman 4. Wildcat fans, do you love Bethune-Cookman University sports? Of course you do. And don't miss Hail Wildcats Radio, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of all 15 Wildcat sports programs, hosted by the voice of the Wildcats, Michael Triello, featuring the expertise of sports information directors Bryce Honoski and Brian Harvey. Hail Wildcats Radio delivers unparalleled coverage of your favorite teams. Tune into 1380 WELE Daytona Beach every Saturday to catch the show live or listen anytime on your favorite podcast platform. SWAC basketball is just around the corner. Don't miss your chance to catch every second of B-CU basketball in action at Moore Gym. The Wildcats will host men's and women's doubleheader on Saturday, January 18th, as they welcome Mississippi Valley State for a crucial conference matchup. Student admission is always free. Can't make it to Moore Gymnasium? Catch it all live on youtube.com/CatEye Network. So Bryce, we talked about a little bit of the keys for Bethune-Cookman early on in this one, and scoring has been tough for them lately, but defensively it seems like when they have got offensive opportunities, it's because they're success on the defensive end of the floor.
And I think that's a hallmark of a Janelle Creighton Del Rosario coach team, in that they're always staying voracious on defense. It doesn't matter what the score is. It doesn't matter how far ahead they may be. It doesn't matter how far behind they may be. They're always trying to get in those passing lanes. They're always trying to stay physical on defense. They're doing a good job against a team in Mercer that's got a little bit more size than they do.
Mercer working it around here. 4.5 to go. Cookman looking for a stop here. Try to cut into the deficit they have. Shot clock down to 1, and it's blocked. And they're going to get a shot clock violation. Kayla Clark blocked that one.
That's a heck of a play on a mismatch out there against a guard out on the perimeter. Not a place where Kayla Clark spends a whole lot of time defensively, but still is able to stay with the ball, get up there and block the shot. We're used to seeing the block shots from her, but they're usually down low.
Yep. 6'3" senior from Miami, Florida. Preseason All-SWAC second teamer. Bethune-Cookman looking for some points here. 8-4. They go down low. Clark tried to get a handle on that. It was knocked away. He'll stay with the Wildcats on the baseline. B-CU gets it in. Kayla White with it. On the right wing. White crossover, gets to the free throw line, pulls up for a long 2. That one couldn't catch the rim, and it's out of bounds. We go back to Mercer. Mercer brings it across the floor, and a whistle on the floor. It's going to go against B-CU. We're going to get Dorsey with her first. Second team foul here in the first quarter for Bethune-Cookman. Both these teams with 2 apiece. Batista on their left wing with it. He's swinging around. 3 in the corner is in and out of bounds. Ball go to Bethune-Cookman.
Continuing to stay with it, getting out on every shot, getting a hand in front of everything, even staying with the rebound there. Eventually ends up as B-CU ball. Can't take anything away from the Wildcats on that end of the floor.
Well, Mercer also cold the last couple of minutes as well, so an opportunity here for Bethune-Cookman to get back even here. And it is a drive and a missed layup there by White. It was a nice move there. She had back-to-back good, pretty open shots there, just unable to get those to go. It's going to go back to Mercer.
Yeah, Kayla White's definitely the kind that likes to manufacture some offense. She had to do that a lot last year down the stretch with some injuries. She was the one that really had to come in and force things either from a scorer perspective or from a facilitator.
Woods is going to come and get White a breather. Mercer trying to wake themselves back up on offense. Down low, they feed it to Locke. Cross-court pass. Shot clock under 10. Jumper in the lanes, no good. Rebound Bethune-Cookman.
A lot of switches into doubles for the B-CU defense. Nice job of disrupting Mercer a lot on offense.
Woods tried to throw that one up, couldn't get it to go. Here comes Mercer. Batista lost it, feeds it down low. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds off of Bethune-Cookman. Good transition defense there for the Wildcats to get back.
Yeah, twice they come up with it. You get a hand on the ball, dribbling it, almost come up with a steal, and then a block just a couple of seconds later. They are engaged on that end of the floor. Just about everybody's gotten a hand on something, it feels like.
Timeout. Also from officials here.
Another shot clock adjustment, it looks like.
We'll get a substitution here too. As Harris comes back in for Mercer. She's gonna inbound it. Give Kayla Smith a breather. Down low and unable to get that one to go. Sarah Canna.
Lid on both baskets right now. You hope it would just take one or two to watch them fall and get somebody hot and back in the rhythm of things, but nobody can buy even one right now.
Wildcats get that one stolen away on the inbounds. Transition foul there as Diarra's gonna go to the line.
And really, with as much as Mercer's been attacking like that early in this game, it's a surprise that this is the first time we'll see them go to the line. That's a credit for the Wildcats for staying upright, not hacking, not going for, you know, arms and legs. Done a good job of playing good fundamental defense, and it's really rewarded them so far.
.38% free throw shooter. Missed the front end. One more coming here for Diarra. It's at 8 points and 9 rebounds against JU a couple days ago. Second free throws in and out. Struggling at the line for both these teams so far in this first quarter. Both teams have yet to knock in a free throw yet. Still an 8-4 game here. Wildcats go down low and they're gonna go to the line.
Maya Johnson getting some early action, trying to switch it up a little bit. I think especially offensively, give it a little more size, a little more of the, you know, ground and pound type, just get down and dirty and try to get it to the rack. And again, it's gonna have to convert on shots like this if you want them to mean a lot more down there.
This is her first trip to the line this year as she's getting some run here. She misses the first one, second one coming here. She's played in 2 games, 12 minutes of action so far. Knocks in the second one to cut it down to a 1-possession game. 8-5 is our score. Works in the 92nd mark of the first quarter. Mercer goes down low, and a nice post move there from Ashley Locke to get that one to go, the senior from Flowery Branch, Georgia. Averaging 8 points a game. It's her first points. Some pressure in the backcourt. Wildcats break it. And a kickball is going to keep it with the Wildcats. They tried to feed it down low to Ajahnay Nicholson. "20 seconds on the shot clock after the kickball. 1:13 to go in the first quarter. Wildcats looking to get it in. They do. Into the corner, and a three on the way is good. Janessa Kelly knocks it in. And the Wildcats pull within 2, 8-10.
Just the first 3 attempted for the Wildcats on this game. The second total. These two teams that don't shoot it a ton from outside the arc.
Now really we're trying to work it down low as Mercer does that just now. And Locke's gonna head to the line for 2 shots. See if they get the foul on down low for Bethune-Cookman. Gonna get it against Dorsey.
The 3-ball is certainly an interesting mark for these Wildcats early on in the season. Haven't really gone to it much because it wasn't falling early, so they kind of shied away from it a little more. And if they can get the activity working well in the post, if you have Chanel McDonald and Kayla Clark working well together, if you can get Maya Johnson working down low, you certainly don't need to, and I think it's okay to shy away from it. But if they can ever get it going, it can be a good way to unlock some of those players down low.
First free throw is good. Bethune-Cookman shooting it 26% from beyond the arc. Mercer on the other side, 17%. So both these teams, like you mentioned, not their strong suit, shooting it beyond the arc, trying to get it down low. Second free throw is no good. Bethune-Cookman down by 3 here with 45 seconds and counting in the first quarter. And a whistle off the ball. Offensive foul is going to bring it the other way. So Mercer back with it. After the offensive foul. Driving into the lane, getting stopped, and picking up the whistle is Bennett. She'll go to the line. Foul's gonna go against Nicholson. That's her first.
If this is the way that this game's going to go, where hardly any jumpers, everything's in the paint, certainly nothing from behind the arc, then it's going to come down to who shoots the free throws better.
Yeah.
I mean, especially the way it's gone to start, and both teams have struggled from the line, you know, in addition to the floor. But whoever converts, I think is going to win this game.
And another missed free throw there for Mercer. And Bennett. They're 1 from 5 now from the line. Bethune-Cookman 1 for 4. Second free throw is good to make it a 4-point game. Bethune-Cookman can hold for the last shot, and they turn it over, losing the basketball there. Game clock down to 10. Harris with it, pulls up for a jumper, and it's good. And that's gonna end. It's gonna end. That's gonna end the quarter here, and we're gonna take a quick break here. 12-8 is our score. Mercer leading it by 4. Welcome back to Daytona Beach. Kenny Scherlinger, Bryson Honoski alongside with you for the CatEye Network. 12-8 is our score. Bethune-Cookman trails it by 4. They're led by Kelly's 5 points. Phillips has 2 and Johnson has 1. Bethune-Cookman struggling to shoot it from the floor, 3 for 9, and some struggles at the line for both these teams in a tightly contested ball game. Patisa leads the way for Mercer with 4 points. Wildcats have the basketball to start it off in the second quarter. It's stolen away by the Bears and poked away out of bounds as Stephanie Utami got that one knocked away. Mercer gets it in. With 9.5 to go. Up by 4. They work it around. Defense from Bethune-Cookman has been strong. Just got to get the offense going as that one's in and out. Good rebound by the Wildcats and Chanel McDonald. Here comes B-CU. Jumper in the lane for the free throw line, no good from Kayla White. Long rebound is out of bounds off of the Wildcats, back to Mercer.
Transition's not falling, and the lane's not falling, and the paint's not falling. Doesn't matter what they're going to. It's giving them fits.
So the ball back with Mercer here. 9 minutes to play. Through our first minute in the second quarter. Into the corner. Long 2 on the way. Is no good. Once again, here comes Bethune-Cookman. Is Bennett going to get that one to go? Driving in with the layup. It's out of bounds, and unable to get that one to go is Kayla White. We've seen her create some space so far, but unable to get it to drop for the Wildcats.
I mean, it's definitely an issue of similar play styles. You know, they both play defense against teams that play like they do every single day in practice, and you see just packed paint, packed everything inside the three-point arc. There's not a whole lot of opportunity for space. Somebody's just going to have to start hitting contested shots.
Into the corner. Bennett drives, dumps it off. Missed layup. A contested shot there. Kayla White quickly ahead. Gets in the left corner, hands it off. White gets it off. Into the corner, 3 on the way, off the mark. It's out of bounds. And it'll stay with Bethune-Cookman here.
Mercer dropping back into the 2-3 zone now. Been in man for most of the game. Wildcats have gone to that a little bit early on in the season as well.
I'm going to change the call. It's going to go back to Mercer as Woods couldn't connect on that 3. That went a little bit long out of bounds.
And I think if Mercer's going to consistently go to the zone, you can't be afraid of the mid-range. You know, there's certainly, when you play that 2-3, there's going to be opportunities up top. Those short little elbow-type jumpers, they're going to be there. And whether it's picks or just creating space in other ways, you can't be afraid to take those. You got to find something that can go down consistently.
Full court pressure gives Mercer a little bit of trouble, but they break it. Harris with the basketball. Gets it into the high post. Utami down low, lock, turns. Couldn't get that one to go.
The switching on defense really has been excellent for the Wildcats. These double teams are driving the Bears crazy.
And a whistle on the floor as Woods went up. She gets fouled. They'll get that in the act of shooting, so she'll head to the line for 2 shots. Harris is going to pick up her first for Mercer.
Both teams have just done such a good job of just disrupting, whether it's getting hands on passes or, again, with the Wildcats, it's been a lot of double teams that have just haven't been able to find an open passer. When you have, the shots haven't been falling, or somebody's rushing out to the three-point line to try to get a finger on it. Been a well-played game defensively.
Woods knocked in the first one. She knocks in the second one, so a perfect trip to the line for the Wildcats. That's what you want to see here, as they've struggled early on from the line, but Woods, a 72% free throw shooter, knocks in both of them. They make it a 2-point game. Batista with it into the corner, wide open three, off the mark. Here comes Bethune-Cookman with Kayla White. High post, putting it on the deck, dumping it down low, and the foul. The Wildcats get it to go. That's McDonald, Chanel McDonald with the contact, the bucket. She'll go to the line for a shot.
And that's more what we're used to seeing down here in Moore Gym, is Chanel McDonald, another one of these players who, not the biggest when it comes to, a lot of the size we see, especially with the high majors that the Wildcats will see a lot, but she plays so much bigger than that. She plays physical. She knows how to, get into the defender and get a good shot up. And if she can do that consistently and make the free throws afterwards, there's not going to be a whole lot of SWAC teams that are going to be able to stop her.
Brooks back into the game here for Bethune-Cookman. One shot at the line for McDonald to give the Wildcats a lead. And it is good. So after the struggles from the line, the Wildcats are 3 for 3 of their last 3 free throw attempts. And they have gotten themselves a lead here with under 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. And almost thrown out of bounds, saving that one with Stefanaki for the Bears. Drive it in, and a whistle. It's going to send the Bears to the line, and Nahara Diarra is going to go to the line for 2 shots. Bach coming back in here for Mercer.
Bears going a little bit heavier. Trying to cut down, jam up space again in the paint, try to cut down on those 3-point plays.
Phillips picked up the foul there. That's her first. She exits the game as the first free throw is good from Diarra. Two for 2 trip to the line to give the Mercer Bears the lead once again. So both these teams waking up from the free throw line in this second quarter. White drives, gets to the rack, and gets that one to go from the front of the rim. Wildcats waking up on the offensive end of the floor. And drive it in and picking up the whistle. Stanaki will go to the line for 2 shots. Wildcats letting the Bears get into the painted area and sending them to the line in the last couple of trips. Stefanaki knocks in the first one, the transfer from Idaho State. Attempting her first free throws of her season. One more free throw for the lead. That one's too strong. A rebound is ripped down by Kayla Clark. And the jump ball is going to keep it with Mercer.
Every single aspect of this game has been physical. Rebounds have been physical. Defense has been physical. Offense. Who can out-tough the other today?
Mercer looking for a 2-for-1 here, as that one is a turnaround and a foul, as Diarra's going to head to the line once again. Foul goes against McDonald. That's her first, team's third. So Diarra's going to head to the line once again. First one is too strong. She's tied for the leading scorer for Mercer with 4 points. Batista also has 4. One more free throw for her. Diarra knocks in the second one, and gives Mercer the 1-point lead again. Jordan Brooks brings it across, hands it off to White. They try to get it to Brooks, it's stolen away. Here comes the Bears in transition. Batista with the layup and gets that one to go. A steal and a score for Mercer to go back on top by 3, 18-15. 5:45 and counting here in the second quarter. Kayla White hits it to Dorsey. Mercer back in that zone. White knocks in a 3 right in front of the Mercer bench to tie it up at 18.
Well, we said all it would take is a couple buckets to get everybody going, and it seems like midway through this one, we saw a couple start to fall, and now a little bit more confidence in every shot for both sides.
Wildcats 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. 3 on the way from Mercer's no good, nothing but air for Stefanaki. Here comes the Wildcats in transition. White is going to pick up the whistle. It's a block going against Mercer. Foul's going to go against Diarra. She gets up slowly, looks to be okay after the collision. Kelly and Phillips back in for the Wildcats. They'll have it on the baseline here with 5:04 to go in a tied ball game. Wildcats have been kind of methodical with shooting the 3 ball. 2 for 3. Knocked in their opportunities when they have them.
And when they've shot them, they've been open shots. You know, that's what early in the season I think they forced a little bit. They quickly learned that maybe it wasn't their best path forward offensively, and now they've just cut it to when you've got the open shot, the perfect shot, when you can't make a better pass, you can't find a better lane, that's when you go to the 3 ball, and it's paid off.
White down low. Clark goes to work. Can't get that right-handed shot to go. It's almost saved out of bounds. McDonald got a hand on it, but here comes Mercer. Batista down low. Saves it out of bounds, and they're going to reset it. Top of the key, Diarra. She drives right, gets some space. Couldn't get that one to go. Rebound out to Kayla White. She brings it up the near side of the floor, reverses her course down the center of the floor now. Keeps her dribble, goes to the rack, and gets it to go.
That's a really impressive stop and go. Hesitation, steps through the lane, through 3 defenders, and manages to get that one up and in. That's a really, really nice shot from Kayla White.
She weaved her way every inch of the floor there as that layup unable to go for Harris, and a whistle is going to go against Mercer on the rebound. That's going to take us to a timeout here. Wildcats with the 2-point advantage, 20-18 with 4:10 to go here in the second quarter. Nike is the official outfitter of the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Gear up on the newest B-CU Nike gear at nike.com/Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Fans, make sure you are representing Bethune-Cookman University Athletics to the fullest. Buy the latest B-CU gear online at Bethune-Cookman online store. Go to bcuathletics.com and then click on the shop to find the newest B-CU clothing and apparel. That's bcuathletics.com and click on shop. 4:10 to go here in the first half. Here on this Saturday afternoon on the campus of Bethune-Cookman University, Kenny Scherlinger filling in for the voice of the Wildcats, Michael Triallo, alongside Bryce Onoski. And Bryce, Bethune-Cookman waking up on offense. They got it going from the free throw line. They've even been able to get it going from beyond the arc, which is something they've struggled with early on in this season, but defensively, offensively, getting it going, and that's why they got a 2-point lead here with 4 minutes to play.
And one thing this team does well is when the shots don't fall, they don't let it affect the defense. You know, they started off the second quarter still not great, still couldn't manage to find a bucket, but they kept locked in on that defensive side of the ball, and Mercer just 1 for 9 from the floor in this quarter. And so it doesn't matter, fall or not, threes are falling or not, free throws are falling or not, it doesn't matter. They're still very physical. They've done a great job switching. They've done a great job staying on their defenders, or on the offensive players, I should say. And the communication has been excellent because they've been able to jump those passing lanes. They've been able to get out and put a hand in front of a 3-point shot when maybe otherwise a switch breaks down or somebody loses a person to a screen. It's been great. The defensive side of the ball, you can't take anything away. If they can get some shots to fall, they can run away with this one.
Wildcats with the basketball, full court pressure here from Mercer as White tried to break it herself. Down low, a jump ball is going to keep it with Bethune-Cookman. White leads the way for B-CU. She's got 7 points. Started off cold from the floor, but now 3 for 7 from the field. And knocked in a three-pointer as well, and a foul on the inbound pass because is going to go against Mercer here. Stephanie Utami's going to pick up the whistle. That's the 5th team foul on Mercer. Going to send the Wildcats to the line here. Nicholson's going to head to the line. First one away, and is good. 41% free throw shooter, junior from Alabama A&M. 3-point lead here for Bethune-Cookman. Second one's too strong. A rebound into the hands of Bennett. They feed it down low. Now back behind the arc are the Bears. Shot clock down to 10. Batista with it. That one's knocked away. Batista with it with a shot clock down to 2. She's going to have to put it up. Gets to the lane and a shot clock violation. Going to go against Mercer. Good defense there for the Wildcats. With the basketball now in the lead, 21-18. Under 3.5 to go in the second quarter. White keeping her dribble, gets to the rack, couldn't get that one to go. McDonald got that one stolen away by Batista. She takes it up the floor. Hands it off to Harris. Harris back with it on the right wing. Gets chased out and doubled. Back to Batista, cross-court pass. 3 on the way. Smith couldn't get that one to go. Long rebound out to Mercer. They try to feed it down low to Smith. She jumps it off. Utami gets it to go. And it's a 1-point game.
There's too many bodies in the paint, really, for both sides to have too much success down low. A little bit of a lucky bounce there, I think, for Mercer, but just you've seen them try to spread it out, I think, a little bit more. A couple possessions ago, they tried to put everybody but one player outside the three-point line to just try to create something in the mid-range, try to give somebody an opportunity to cut. And it just hasn't worked out. There they pack 4 players into the paint there trying to make something happen. And it's just, it's a hard way to live against this Wildcats team that loves to pack the paint.
Wildcats feed it down low. Jumper's no good by McDonald. Here comes Mercer. Batista lays it up, lays it in. Lead goes back to Mercer here with under 2.5 to go. 22-21. Wildcats wasting no time. 3 on the way. Too strong. Long rebound though out to McDonald. Kelly couldn't get that 3 ball to go. White with it. Shot clock down to 5. Nicholson gets to the rack. Couldn't get that one. It rimmed out. Here comes the Bears. In transition, easy layup there for Diarra. And now a 3-point lead for Mercer. Timeout on the floor. Head coach Janelle Creighton Del Rosario wants to talk it over with her team.
It's a transition game. That's the one way I think that both teams have been able to consistently generate offense is to get out in transition. So that's where you have to avoid being too errant with your passes, a little too nonchalant. I like to see a little bit more crisp passing, especially on the inside for the Wildcats so far. Hasn't hurt them a ton. They do have the 9 turnovers, but it hasn't necessarily resulted into a ton on offense for Mercer just yet. But you can see right there, that's a prime way they want to get out and run. Both these teams have the athletes to do it. And that can lead to one of these two teams, you know, getting out ahead if it's not too careful with it.
6-0 run here for Mercer. That's given them the 3-point lead. Bethune-Cookman scoreless in the last 2 minutes and 22 seconds here. Wildcats led by Caleb White's 7 points. On the other side of the basketball, Batista's got 8 for Mercer. So out of the timeout, Bethune-Cookman's gonna try to reset it. Momentum swinging in favor of the visitors for Macon, Georgia, and the Mercer Bears so far the last couple minutes. Wildcats looking for a much-needed bucket on the offensive end of the floor. Woods has it, or Brooks checked that. Down low, it's stolen away. Mercer has the basketball once again. 24-21 lead. Approaching the minute mark here in the first half. Wildcats leaving the Mercer Bears down low, and Bennett wide open with an easy layup. It's a 5-point game. Three on the way, and it is good. Jordan Brooks knocks in the much-needed 3 for the Wildcats. They're now 3 for 5 from beyond the arc.
Really, that's what's kept them in this game early on. They've just come in such big moments.
Mercer has yet to knock in a 3-pointer. They're for 4. Shot clock, game clock, about a 10-second differential. And a whistle. It's gonna go against Jordan Brooks. That's her first. Team's 4th. So that's gonna turn the shot clock off. So Mercer, if they want, can hold for the last second, or the last shot here in the second quarter. They're gonna pull for a 3 and knock it in. Kayla Smith knocks it in, their first 3-pointer of the game. 29-24, under 10 to go. Shot clock turned off, 5 to go. Down low, they feed it to Kayla Clark. She couldn't get it to go, and that's gonna end the first half. In the second quarter, Mercer with a run there to take the lead into the locker room, 29-24. The Wildcats trail it as both these teams will take a breather here after the first half. Wildcats led by White 7 points. They shot at 60% from beyond the arc, 3 for 5, 33%, 8 for 24 from the field, 5 for 9 from the free throw line. Getting out rebounded by 1, 19 rebounds to Mercer's 20. Mercer on the other side of the basketball, 37% from the field, 1 for 5 from beyond the arc, and 6 for 12, 50% from the free throw line. Batista leads the way for the Mercer Bears here at the half. We'll take a quick break here on the CatEye Network. Halftime here in Daytona Beach, 29-24. Mercer with the lead. Welcome back to the CatEye Network. Kenny Scherlinger, Bryson Honowski, alongside with you. Going in for Michael Triello here, the voice of the Wildcats. 29-24 is our score. Mercer, the visitors from Macon, Georgia, leading the way. Bethune-Cookman looking to stay undefeated here at home here in the 2024-2025 season. Both these teams met last year up in Georgia, with Bethune-Cookman coming away with that victory, 60-58. Bethune-Cookman leads the all-time series between these two, 2-1. Wildcats led by Kayla White, 7 points. She's also has 3 rebounds. Wildcats shot it 3 for 5 from beyond the arc, 60%. On the other side of the basketball, though, Mercer 1 for 5 from beyond the arc, but they've been able to shoot a little bit better from the floor. That's why they've have themselves a lead here at the half. Mercer will have the basketball to start it. Mercer got out to a lead right before the half on a little bit of a run here, Bryce. So Bethune-Cookman's got their work cut out for them here in the second half. Expect to see a back and forth second half here between these two.
Just can't let the defense slip. I mean, it's really the same message that it was coming out of the game at the start, is to let the defense lead the way, but you need to get the offense working early. You need to run some sets. You need to get some players open, or even just run out and transition if that's what your best opportunity is. But all that starts on the defensive end.
So Mercer with the basketball here, moving left and right in the second half. Harris has it at the top of the key. Swings it over to Area. She couldn't get that one to go. Long rebound, though. Second chance opportunity, and a whistle on the floor. Let's reset the clock here, I believe. .17 on the shot clock here. 9:33 to go in the third quarter. Chelsea Batista gets it in. The area. Now to Harris. Back to Batista. Shot clock under 10 now. The area drives. Gets that one to go. She hits the deck as well. 31-24.
That's a tough shot.
Seven-point lead, largest lead of the game for the Mercer Bears. Long two is drained there by Kayla Clark to get Bethune-Cookman on the board in the second half. Batista drives baseline, gets cut off. Good defense there from the Wildcats. Jalila Harris gets it into the corner, down low to Locke. She missed the layup, but she's gonna get fouled and head to the line. We'll see who they get it on here for Bethune-Cookman. It's gonna go against McDonald.
And take nothing away from that defensive possession for the Wildcats. It was really nice. There's really not a whole lot of players up and down this roster that can't guard every position. The nice slide over from Kayla Clark to cut off the drive in after already switching off a couple of defenders on her way down there. They can all go all the way around the floor.
Locke knocks in the first free throw. That foul went against McDonald. That's her second. First team foul here for B-CU in the third quarter. Missed the second free throw. Kayla White quickly across the timeline. Hits the brakes in the right short corner, then retreats out by the B-CU logo. High post. Clark gets rid of it. Now to White. Picks up her dribble. Down low. Clark from the elbow, or from the right block, couldn't get it to go. Rebound Mercer and Batista. Here they come in transition. Down low and getting that one to go is Bennett. Ariana Bennett, leading scorer for Mercer, gets that one for her 7th point of the game. 34-26, 3 on the way, off the mark. Shamari Phillips couldn't get that one to go. Mercer with a lead in the basketball. It's stolen away. Here comes the Wildcats in transition, laying it up and in. Woods gets that one to go. 6-point lead for Mercer. Wildcats trying to get a stop on defense here. That one's stolen away again, and a foul is going to go against Mercer as D'Aria called for the whistle after the steal from Woods. She's been active defensively and in transition as well.
That's a heck of a way to get your teammates fired up, get everybody a little bit of energy on the offensive side of the floor. It's kind of how the Wildcats kick-started a few runs in the first half, is off a couple of transition buckets.
Wildcats looking for some points here, down by 6. They feed it down low. Clark goes up. A lot of contact, no whistle. And a quick transition is good there. Laying it up and in is Bennett. Check that. Johnson missed the layup there for Bethune-Cookman with the contact. She's checked into the game.
Definitely a different look schematically, offensively for the Wildcats to start this half.
Long rebound as Nicholson gets that one to go, picking up her teammate. 6-point game. Wildcat bench looking for another stop. 3 on the way, drained by Telia Harris, freshman from Fishers, Indiana.
Really nice passing from Mercer there. When you had a good look, you made it into a great look, finding the open 3 in the corner.
9-point lead, largest lead of the game for the Bears. Down low, Johnson turns. That one rims out. Players hitting the deck, jump ball, possession arrow. Will keep it with B-CU.
Looks like Chanel McDonald's going to check back in here. Wildcats just making it a point to leave more space open in the middle. They packed both bigs down low early in the first half, and now they've even had players like McDonald or Kayla Clark out on the perimeter. Now, if you can make those deep jumpers, then you can really keep Mercer accountable, and you can really make that pay. But for right now, you need a little bit more cutting on the inside to find the space.
They find it down low and getting that one to go. Ajane Nicholson. A nice inbound pass. There to lead to some points. Under 5.5 to go in the third quarter. Up and down we've gone. This is a high-paced third quarter here, and a whistle as Batista was driving. Foul's going to go against Bethune-Cookman and Jordan Brooks. That's her second. Team's second foul in the third quarter. Turning and unable to get that one to go. Long rebound out to Bennett, who missed it. Second chance opportunity here for Mercer with 5 minutes to play in the third. They weave it around. Bennett to Harris. Harris with the shot clock down to 3. Pulls up for a long 2. Off the mark. Long rebound, though, and a second chance on it. Unable to get that one to go was Utami. So 3 opportunities there for Mercer to get that one, but defense comes up big. Now defense for Mercer comes up big. Harris comes with a steal. She goes up and lays it in. 9-point game. Timeout on the floor for the Bethune-Cookman bench. Now Creighton Del Rosario wants to talk it over with their team.
You know, even though that ended in a turnover for Kayla White, I do like that transition approach. It's a lot different than what she looked like last year. It was very, very forced, very rushed, very looked apart of someone who wasn't in control in transition a lot last year. And she was that run and gun player for the Wildcats in the transition game a lot last year. She slows it down. She looked for the pass. Not a whole lot of movement from her teammates to get her the pass that she was looking for, but that's a player last year who would have tried to go in, got blocked, thrown it away, something similar. Slows it down, more in control, and again wants to look for that pass first.
She leads the way for Bethune-Cookman with 7 points, but their offense has been quiet here in this second half so far. Mercer with a 41-32 lead here with 4:29 to go in the third quarter. Stay up to date with everything Bethune-Cookman athletics by checking out the Wildcats on social media. Give B-CU Athletics a like on Facebook and follow the Wildcats on X and Instagram at B-CU_athletics. That's B-CU_athletics for the latest on B-CU women's basketball. Follow at B-CU women's basketball WBB on X and Instagram. Come be part of the B-CU Athletics and support the CatEye Network if you're a business and interested in partnering with us. Here at the CatEye Network, you can reach out to the Wildcats Athletic Communications Department at bcusportsinfo@cookman.edu. That's bcusportsinfo@cookman.edu. About to get back to action here in the third quarter. Bethune-Cookman trailed at the half, have trailed as much as 9. That's where it sits right now at 41-32. Bethune-Cookman's largest lead was 3. That was at the 2:53 mark in the second quarter. Last led at the 2:26 mark in the second quarter. Looking for some points here in the third, though. They feed it down low, going up and getting that one to go is Kayla Clark. Much needed bucket there out of the timeout for the Wildcats.
Definitely no better big on this Wildcats team in terms of footwork in the paint offensively than Kayla Clark.
Clark in defense there on lock, way out past beyond the arc. Batista down low to Bennett. She kicks it out. 3 on the way from Harris. And that one gets a nice bounce off the front of the rim and drops in. Wildcats wasting no time. Quick jumper, no good from Kelly. Couldn't get that wide open look to go. And a whistle on the floor is going to go against Bethune-Cookman and Kelly. That's going to take us to another timeout with 3:36 to go. A 10-point lead here for Mercer.
3 balls really from both teams. You've only seen 3 go down each, but every single one has just felt so big because points have been so hard to come by. That's another one where, yeah, you're still not by any means out of the game. You're only down 10, but it just hurts a lot. And it just on the other side of that, one big one on the other end can make you feel like you're right back in it. So I don't necessarily want to see the Wildcats chucking up a bunch of threes. It's not really their game, but if you can, again, if you can find that perfect shot, if there's not a better pass or not a better option available, then I don't mind them going to it.
And Mercer's found their stroke from beyond the arc. They've got 3 3-pointers. They're perfect 2 for 2 here in the second half in this third quarter. Just a couple moments ago, a nice friendly bounce for Mercer. And knocked in that 3-pointer was Harris. But a high-paced third quarter we've had here after the first half was a little bit of a slower paced of a game, but like you mentioned, only a 10-point game, but points have been at a premium here this afternoon, and Bethune-Cookman looking for some stops and some buckets here.
And I think it could be beneficial to get back into more of the tempo that we saw in the first half. Yeah, it's ugly basketball. It's not the prettiest to watch, but it worked for the Wildcats early. They stayed in the game. They kept it close consistently throughout the entire first half. If you trust in your game at the charity stripe like you should, then you should try to go inside and try to get fouled a little bit more.
So back to action here. Mercer inbounding it. Up by 10. Finding some space and unable to get that one to go is Bennett. Wildcats lucked out there. It was a wide open layup from the right side. Let's see if they can convert here and take advantage of it. Get it down to single digits again. White working in the high post there. Hands it off. And a nice jumper there from Dorsey for a long two.
Tamani Dorsey's been one of their more consistent shooting options early in the season, both from the mid-range and the three-point line. So it's good to see her finally getting a shot up.
Heading into this one, 47% from the field and 40% from beyond the arc. That was her first points of the afternoon. Down low to Locke. Can't get that one to go. Good rebound there. Shamari Phillips got that one to go down low. They go to Clark, and she gets it to go. Back-to-back buckets there for the Wildcats. 6-point game. 2.5 to go in this third quarter. Down low to Locke. She sealed off Clark there and got that one to go with an easy layup. So back to an 8-point game. Ronnie Dorsey, free throw line, jumper is good.
Such a simple play, but I really do like that play drawn up for a player like Dorsey, who again has been so consistent in the mid-range. Just gets enough space there off the pick from Clark, makes it.
Offensive foul going the other way. It's going to give it back to B-CU. So Dorsey waking up here. She's 2 for 2 from the field with 4 points. And Kayla Clark's going to come out of the game, getting a breather. She's been working hard down low and defense and offensive end of the floor. Battling with Locke, who also just checks out of the game. So the two bigs there for Bethune-Cookman and Mercer taking a breather. Dorsey's been hot, pulls up for another jumper. That one's just short. Rebound, though, by Johnson. She goes up and lays it in. Maya Johnson, some good minutes off the bench. And it's out of bounds. Off of. Still waiting on the call from the officials here.
A long conversation.
Well, it looks like they just gave Mercer a timeout there before it went out of bounds, so it's going to stay with Mercer.
Well, back to the play before, I think it's really good for Maya Johnson to see one go down. She's had so many opportunities in the paint, only 0 for 2, but it felt like she's had a lot of balls down there and just hasn't been able to put one up yet. That was a nice, easy, stayed controlled. She had a couple of defenders coming behind her, ready to come in and try to force some hands on that shot, but she made it look easy, right to the rim, put it up.
Johnson, a freshman from Fort Lauderdale, St. Thomas Aquinas High School. Has seen her minutes increase here, especially here in this game. And that was a much-needed bucket because Kayla Clark came out of the game and she's been doing really good things for you in the last couple of minutes. And you don't want to see that drop-off, and you did it there. And that was a big bucket there to cut it down to 4.
They work these B-CU bigs hard. I mean, it's where the offense and defense, it's where it starts on both sides of the floor. So to be able to have, you know, a third big to come in and give a breather to your other two who, again, are not necessarily your traditional bigs. They don't necessarily camp out in the lane the entire time. They're popping up top. Chanel McDonald especially is moving all around the floor. So you got to be able to have a little bit of somebody to give you a breather and keep them as fresh as possible for these important minutes down the stretch.
Batista gets it in. That's a difficult spot to get it in on the floor, and it's out of bounds off of B-CU, off the fingertips there of Karina Woods. Mercer gets it in. Under a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Up 46-42. Harris got stopped up top. Shot clock under 10 now. Utami pulls up for a contested 2. Off the mark. Batista had it. Whistle. Foul's going to go against B-CU on the rebounds. Going to keep it with the Mercer Bears. They're going to get Woods on the foul. That's her first. And Clark's going to come back in for Johnson, who's going to take a breather. Johnson's going to take a seat after contributing a good minute or two of play. Down low, they go to Locke, and she lays it in. Big bucket on the inbound pass from Mercer. They were struggling from the offensive end up until that point. Long two, once again, in and out. Dorsey couldn't get it to go, and Clark, fighting for the rebound, earns herself the whistle, and he'll keep it on this end of the floor for the Wildcats. And she's gonna take a breather, as Clark's gonna come out. Coming in for her is Asia Nicholson. Dorsey with it. Hands it off to White. She goes over to the left side. Couldn't get that one to go. Rebound, missed though by Nicholson.
Tough shooting day for Asian so far. They've been all over. They've definitely, you can see the defense has made it a priority to contain her and really put a body on her, especially when she gets into the paint.
Bach down low, working against Nicholson. She's all over, gets rid of the basketball. Bennett drives. Some contact, no whistle. Rebound into the hands of B-CU and Nicholson. Here comes Kayla White. She goes up to the rack, can't get that one to go. Some good opportunities down low as the final shot of the third quarter is no good from half court. That's going to take us to our fourth and final quarter here in Daytona Beach. Don't go away. This is going to be a good one down to the wire. 48-42. Mercer, the visitors from Georgia, with the lead. Here in the CatEye Network, we'll take a quick break. Start of the fourth quarter, about to get underway here. Kenny Scherlinger filling in for Michael Triello alongside Bryce Onoski here. 48-42 is our score, with Mercer, the visitors from Georgia, leading the way here. There's no B-CU without you. Show your support for Bethune-Cookman Athletics by joining the Wildcat Championship Club today. Help us build a championship culture at Bethune-Cookman. You can donate and join at cookman.scalefunder.com. Mercer basketball here to start the fourth quarter, up by 6. Wildcats looking to stay undefeated at home. Mercer looking for their first win on the road this season. So something's gonna have to give here in the last 10 minutes of play. Shot clock approaching the 10-second mark here. Down low, Locke goes to Batista. She gets doubled, retreats out. They kick it out, down low, Locke, and she lays it up and in. Nice ball movement from the Bears to get those much earned points there to give them an 8-point lead again. White into the corner, down low, Nicholson turns, stays with it, missed it, but she's going to get the foul there as she was fouled on the shot. She'll head to the line for 2 shots.
That's part of the reason Asia Nicholson has such a good chance to be a great player when we get into swag play. Is she gets rewarded on plays like that where otherwise maybe the shot doesn't fall. She continues to just battle down low. She's not one to settle for a box out. She is in there fighting for every single one, and if she can make the free throws consistently, she can rack up some points in conference play.
So Nicholson at the line for 2 shots here. First one rims out. Nicholson's got 5 points. She's 1 for 3 from the line. 1 more coming for her. She's got 10 rebounds leading the way for the Wildcats. Also has 2 steals. Second one's away and it's good. Nothing but net on that one to make it a 7-point game. Talia Harris dribbles it across the timeline, working hard against Kayla White's defense. Whistle off the ball. It's going to go against Bethune-Cookman. It's going to go against Chanel McDonald. That's her 3rd, team's 2nd here in the 4th quarter. Under 9 to go in this game. Talia Harris with it, dribbling it around, keeping her dribble, working hard against Asia Nicholson. Still with the basketball. Cuts the corner, and a whistle's going to go against Bethune-Cookman. I believe it's going to go against Nicholson here. Yep, it's going to go against Nicholson. That's her 2nd. Team's 3rd.
Her feet are so quick. She's able to stay with just about anybody on the floor. She's done it all season. She does not give up on anything. She's not one to really want to settle for a switch off either.
Down low, it's a whistle. It's going to send the Bears to the line. D'Aria's going to head to the line for 2 shots. Foul goes against McDonald. That's her 4th, so she's going to have to check out. In for her is Kayla Clark. (52-43). 9-point lead here for the Mercer Bears. They've led it by as much as 10. Down low, Nicholson can't get it to go, but she'll go to the line after she is fouled.
Another unselfish offensive possession. Kayla Clark could have easily just pulled up for that jumper there, but instead finds the cutting Nicholson, who's able to go to the line.
So Nicholson at the line for 2 shots here with 8.5 to go. First one's too strong off the back of the heel. Coming into this one, the Alabama A&M transfer shooting at 41%. Gets the 2nd one to go from the line. Making it an 8-point game. Batista catches in the corner, cross-court pass, stolen away by Dorsey. Here comes Bethune-Cookman, up to White, she lays it in. Good transition offense there for Bethune-Cookman to cut it down to 6. Cross-court pass. Whistle. It's gonna go against Kayla White. Some contact there in the right corner. D'Aria went down. But Coach Janelle Creighton Del Rosario has her hands on her head. She didn't want to pick up a whistle there.
Definitely a little embellishment, I think, there. It wasn't super hard foul, but Wildcats just kind of ran through her and ended up with the whistle.
Under 8 to go. Harris with the basketball. Trying to get some space, pulls up from the left elbow, and it's good. Did it all herself there. Talia Harris, the freshman from Fishers, Indiana, up north. It's that one to go for a 10th point, and right back at her is Woods with the layup. Six-point game. Bethune-Cookman still hanging around here. Even though they've trailed it this entire second half, still within punching distance here. And a bucket once again, long 2. As DeAria connects on that one. It's in an 8-point game. White with it. Deep right elbow. They cross-court pass it over to Woods. She gets it back to White. She's gonna try a 3. That one's off the mark. Rebound into the hands of Harris. She's trapped in the corner. Locke cross-court passes it over to her teammate, DeAria, to break the press. Under 6.5 to go. Locke catches it in the high post. Long rebound into the hands of Mercer. They'll get a second chance opportunity back to Harris in the half-court set. Palaska tries a 3. She knocks it in. She just checked in and she knocks in the 3 ball. They make it an 11-point game, the largest lead of the game for the Bears.
For every bit of resilience the Wildcats have shown, it seems like Mercer's always had an answer. Usually with a bucket like that, a 3 ball or a deep 2.
Dorsey tries the answer, can't get that one to go from the left corner. Harris with the basketball. Mercer in no rush here, trying to take some clock off. 2 in the corner's no good. Here comes B-CU in transition. White gets to the rack, couldn't get that one to go, ran out of space, but the rebound into the hands of Nicholson, jump ball, will keep it with the Wildcats. She was battling down low with 3 other Mercer Bears.
And you know, after the first half, when everything, just about everything was in the paint, it seems like both sides now, they've kind of abandoned it. And I don't know if that's tired legs or maybe just seeing it wasn't resulting in a whole lot. Both teams have managed to find space, shooting up the 3 ball, taking those deep 3s, deep 2s rather.
Five minutes to play. Bethune-Cookman needs some buckets here. Clark drives in, can't get that one to go. Rebound battled for it, coming up with is Talia Harris down low. They try to feed it, saved out of bounds. Nice play there. In transition, getting it to go is Nicholson. It was a great play by Jordan Brooks to save that one out of bounds, to set up that transition offense. It's a 9-point game.
Nice fake from Nicholson to get around the defender and make the layup as easy as possible.
Under 4.5 to go. Bethune-Cookman needs a stop here. Down by 9. Harris with it. Shot clock down to 5. 3, 2. They're not going to get it off. Jump ball. Possession here in favor of Mercer, but the shot clock down to 1, so they're just going to have to launch it here on the inbound pass. And a timeout on the floor. It's going to take us to immediate timeout with 4:07 to go. It's Mercer with the 59-50 lead. Bethune-Cookman still hanging around. Every time they've come back, though, Mercer seems to answer with a big bucket. But you're still within arm's length here. If you can get some stops and string them together with some buckets as well.
And it's with the stops we know the team is capable of. It's whether or not they're going to be able to come through on the other end. And if it's, you know, a couple of transition buckets could do the job, but if they have to grind it out in a half-court set, that's when, you know, things haven't been easy. So is it a 3-ball or 2 falls? Is it finding, you know, a couple of easy driving layups? They've had a little bit more success with that. Nicholson, Kayla White, a couple have been able to kind of finally punch it through and take it from behind the three-point line all the way to the rack. That's the part where they're going to have to put something together. And 9 points in this game has felt like a lot for everybody. So it's certainly going to take a good effort, but we know the defense is going to be there. It's got to start there.
Wildcats with 2 9-point scores, Nicholson and White. They lead the way for B-CU in the maroon and gold. On the other side, Mercer led by D'Aria's 13 points. McDonald in some foul trouble. She's got 4 fouls. On the other side, Locke's got 4 fouls as well. Other than that, both teams in good shape there. Bethune-Cookman in the 3rd and 4th quarter, 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. After knocking in 3, as they were 3 for 5 from beyond the arc in the first half. So they can tap into that a little again. Here down low to Locke. She gets the shot off, but missed it with 1 second on the shot clock. So a nice play, but Bethune-Cookman gets away with that one. Under 4 to go. Wildcats need a bucket here. 3 on the way, off the mark. Rebound though, into the hands of Nicholson. She gets the second chance to go after Phillips couldn't connect on the 3.
It's good to see Nicholson figure it out offensively in the second half. Really slow start, but she's really, it's been effort plays that have gotten her back into the scoring column and helped her consistently find a couple of buckets here down the stretch.
7-point game. Under 3.5 to go. 4th quarter. Locke with it. Down low. Palaska. Back to Locke. Jumper. Off the mark. Rebound. Nicholson. She's been big, especially offensive and defensive rebounding. Wildcats with opportunity here. They feed it down low. Clark turns. Jumper. Short. Trying to follow the rebound. She's going to pick up the whistle and the foul, as Harris got the rebound. That's the 15th foul on the Wildcats. That's going to send Mercer to the line as Clark picks up her first. So Harris is going to head to the line. Two shots here for Harris. First one is good. One more for Harris to try to make it a 9-point game. And she knocks it in. Batista back in the game here for Mercer. Wildcats turn it over, trying to get it over to the corner. As Woods couldn't get that one, or check that, Kelly, rather. Under 3 to go. 9-point lead here for Mercer. In no rush. Shot clock under 10. Harris with it. Down low, they go to Locks. They swing it over to Batista. She lost it. It's going to go back to B-CU. A timeout on the floor here. 61-52. Mercer leads it. Bethune-Cookman University Athletics is proud to announce the Hail Maroon and Gold Collective, a groundbreaking partnership with student athlete NIL, a leading name, image, and likeness management platform through Hail Maroon and Gold Collective, the most passionate Wildcat fans and businesses can engage with the Bethune-Cookman University athletics, athletes, and its students, athletes like never before, and ensure our winning ways continue at Bethune-Cookman University for years to come. So Bryce, what's the recipe for a comeback here with 2:24 to go? It's got to be some stops, got to be some buckets here. You've seen some fight for Bethune-Cookman here offensively, but every time they seem to look like they're going to get back within really close, the Mercer Bears kind of come back with a bucket of their own.
Well, you just got to play smart on both ends of the floor. You know, previously in the half, I would say we'll slow it down, play your game. You don't have that luxury anymore with 2.5 minutes to play, so you need to play smart, and that's on both sides of the floor. You can't have any blow-ups defensively. You're pretty much at the point now where you can't really allow a whole lot else coming out if you want a shot at this. But then offensively, you play fast, but don't play stupid. You know, you seen a couple of errant passes early a couple minutes ago. Just a little bit players sped up, look not quite ready for the moment. Just play smart and don't pass up, you know, a better opportunity when you think you might have an easy jumper.
Wildcats looking for some points. White's gonna pull it for a three. She knocks it in right in front of the bench. Much needed three there. 6-point game.
And a smart shot. She passed out of it when she didn't have the look she wanted, immediately got the look back, and she was wide open and made the three.
Wildcats trying to speed up Mercer here. In the half court, stifling defense, triple team. Batista gets rid of it. Shot clock down to 10. Over to Batista, down low. Locke, missed the layup, got it back. Missed it again, but she'll get fouled and head to the line.
You know, they have done it all game long, the double and triple teams. But the thing that's really made it work is how well they get back into their assignments once it breaks apart. If they pass out of it, everybody's immediately sprinting back to their person or sprinting back to their spot in the zone. That's what's led to it having success and not leading to some big wide open lanes.
So 2 shots here coming for Locke. Playing with 4 personal fouls. She's got 10 points. She's 2 for 4 from the line so far. First one's away, and it's short off the front of the rim and no good. Locke, a senior, 77% free throw shooter coming into this one. One more coming for her. Second one is good to make it a 7-point game. Locke's gonna come out. Kayla Smith's gonna come in, the junior from Lakeland and Prairie View A&M transfer. 90 seconds to play. White gets to the rack, got that one blocked away by Kayla Smith. Who's familiar with playing a SWAC opponent. Coming from Prairie View A&M. Down low, they get it to jumper, no good there for Clark. Long rebound out to B-CU. Nicholson goes up. Her hook shot's no good, but she got fouled. So the Wildcats an opportunity to put some points on the board with the clock stopped. That foul's gonna go against Bennett, that's her 4th.
Well, we said at the beginning, free throws, their importance in this game. These are 2 you've pretty much got to have if you want a chance for it on the way out. You can't give up opportunities like this, especially after such great hustle plays put you in a spot to make these.
Nicholson's first free throw's good. Junior from South Williston, Ohio, transfer from Alabama A&M. 41% free throw shooter coming into this one. One more coming for her. Missed the second one, but a rebound into the hands of Kayla Clark, and she's fouled. It's on the floor, so it'll stay on the baseline here with Bethune-Cookman. That's the 4th team foul on Mercer here in the 4th quarter. So the next foul will send Bethune-Cookman to the line. White gets it in. Dorsey. Floater can't go. Rebound by Locke. Whistle on the floor. on Kayla Clark.
That's a tough shot for Dorsey. A little hook there from about the charity stripe. Wildcats certainly feeling the time ticking down. And only down 6, though.
Yep. That sends Locke to the line. He was 1 for 2 her last trip just a couple moments ago. So she's got 2 shots here. First one is good. Making a 7-point game again. Locke's got 12. And now 13 points, 2 for 2 trip to the line. Big buckets there, 8-point game. 64-56, approaching the minute mark. Kayla White kicks it out. Driving in, getting fouled, and heading to the line will be Woods. Cariana Woods heads to the line for 2 shots with a $1:10 to go in the 4th quarter. First one is good, much needed points to stay in this one. Largest lead of the game has been 11 points for Mercer. Second one is good as well. Make it a 6-point game. Wildcats trying to force a turnover here. Good defense there, out of bounds.
Wow.
As Kayla Clark just cut off D'Aria there. It had no space to go for D'Aria. She dribbled it out of bounds.
It's a great play. Thought maybe we were going to get a whistle for a block, but Kayla Clark steps in the way, stays up and down, and just forces the ball out of bounds.
Clark with it. The White, she goes in. Got it to go. Got the runner. 4-point game. Batista.
Another tipped pass.
Foul there. The crowd doesn't like it here. Batista went down. Clark almost came up with the steal.
Again, just staying engaged. Another tip pass right off the inbound. Made it immediately difficult for Mercer. Everybody's scrambling to try to come up with it. Just B-CU scrambled a little bit too and ends up with the whistle.
Ariana Bennett checks in. Stephanie Otami is going to come out. So 2 shots to the line for Batista. Chelsea Batista at the line. Her first trip to the line, rims out. 1 more coming for her. He has 8 points here this afternoon, 7 rebounds. Second free throw away. It's good, but still only a 5-point game. 2-possession game here. Bethune-Cookman back with the basketball. Kayla White drives left, gets doubled, goes up. That one's too strong. Rebound by Locke. Wildcats looking for a turnover here. Harris breaks the pressure, and she's going to get fouled by Kayla White. It's going to send her to the line. So now the Wildcats are just going to have to try to extend this game, fouling and trying to trade 2 for 1s or hope for more than just 1 miss. First free throw good away, and it's good for Harris. Make it a 6-point game.
Both sides have made the free throws down the stretch here. Not made it easy on that end.
Harris' second free throw's no good. Still a 2-possession game. Bethune-Cookman can get a bucket. Here, down low, and getting it to go is Kayla White with the drive. They make it a 4-point game. 66-62 and a timeout on the floor with 24 seconds to go.
14 for White, man. She's done a nice job getting to the hoop. Nice job finishing for the most part. Had a couple of errant ones, I think, especially in some of those quicker transition opportunities, but she's been good, man. She's been one of the few Wildcats thus far in this game who's been able to go from behind the 3-point line and get a shot down the middle like that.
Now 16 points there for White, leading scorer for the Wildcats. 7 for 19. She started off slow. First couple of shots she created, couldn't get it to go early in this game, but have woken up and made some tough shots, just like that one just a couple of moments ago, like you mentioned, Bryce. And really, if you look at it, Bethune-Cookman shot the ball well in the first half from beyond the arc. Haven't been able to really get that going in the second half. And if you have to point to one or two things, I think that would be one of them that really kept Bethune-Cookman in the game in the first half. And at times they let it. Just haven't been able to get that production. And also Mercer's woken up from beyond the arc themselves and knocked in free throws. Both these teams struggled from the free throw line early on. And Bethune-Cookman's played tough defense, but Mercer's answered with a couple of really tough buckets in the last couple of minutes and then as a whole in this second half.
And really, for as clunky as it looked in the early goings, for you to put up 62 isn't the worst thing in the world. The offense has done enough. You know, you can see where the opportunities are, whether it's missed chances with free throws, a handful of those buckets down low, especially on the offensive rebound, putback type plays where you feel like you maybe could have had a couple of more. The three-pointers, it remains to be seen what kind of weapon that is for this team in the season. But again, that's another spot that if you feel like you can get just a couple more to fall, this game looks a whole lot different.
Back to action here is quick foul. Kayla White, Bethune-Cookman looking for a steal there early on, but then fouling there to send D'Aria at the line. The Wildcats 4 for 10 from beyond the arc. They really haven't forced too many. They've really been open shots. Kind of shooting themselves into success there early on in this game. First free throw's good. 67-62 with 19.4 to go. Second one is good as well, so much needed back-to-back free throws at the line for Mercer there to make it a 6-point game. Bethune-Cookman, you might have to force up a three here to try to get it to one possession here. Now that you're under the 20-second mark.
From a coaching standpoint, I think this game is, the little things have been done well in a way that I think Coach Creighton Del Rosario will be happy with, especially on the rebounding side. And you know, the numbers are close. You didn't out-rebound Mercer by a ton, but it certainly felt like you've been in there fighting for every single ball, especially offensively. You know, the turnovers are a little high, but on the other end, you've had the 9 steals, which has been a hallmark of this team, and even the 3 blocks to go with it. They really have, on the margins, done a lot of things well. It's just big picture, that scoring element has really held it back a little bit today.
White once again leading this way for Bethune-Cookman with 16 points. Really haven't been able to get too much of it. Nicholson at times has been that secondary scorer for Bethune-Cookman, but Mercer's been able to get secondary, third options going. D'Aria's got 16 points leading the way for the Bears. They got 13 for Harris, 13 for Lockdown Low. Bethune-Cookman with the basketball, still only down 6 points here. If they can get a 3 here, they can really make it interesting. Into the corner. White pulls up for a long 2. That one's off the mark. Long rebound out the lock. She's gonna get fouled, and with 5 seconds to go, that might do it here. Bethune-Cookman just couldn't get an open shot from beyond the arc. White had to settle for a quick 2. But that one took a lot of time, and they were unable to get the 3 they really needed.
We had 20 shots on the day now for Kayla White, and well, she might tell you that she's good for 20 shots. I don't think anybody in this Wildcats team, you necessarily want to have that much of a focus. You could see, especially late in this half, how she's felt like she needs to manufacture more. She needs to take on more of that load. And she's gotten a ton of big buckets, and I give her credit for that. She's been able to put a lot of them in, especially those contested shots, those transition layups. But I think she just needs a little more help, whether it's more movement from her teammates offensively, or really just getting the ball more, more successfully inside, a lot of different things. But 20 shots for Kayla White I don't think is quite where they want her at. And again, I take nothing away from her. It's just been trying to really push something through when there hasn't been a whole lot else going offensively for the Wildcats.
So a timeout actually awarded before the foul there, so ball's advanced, and then the foul before it's inbounded here is going to send Mercer to the line. And that's going to go against White. That's her fifth, so she's going to foul out of the game. So it looks like Mercer's going to improve to 4-5 overall, get their first road win of the season. They're on the or at home against Charlotte on Thursday next week. Bethune-Cookman's going to look forward to the University of Miami Sunday, December 8th at 2 p.m. That one will be televised on the ACC network. It's going to be a while before we see the Wildcats women's team back here at home. It's going to be January 16th against Arkansas Pine Bluff. A doubleheader.
That's where you really see what a team's made of when they go on the road for a whole month plus. Through the holidays, everything else, they could very well come back looking a lot different than we see them leave today.
They'll play 3 conference opponents before returning home for the first time in conference play. They'll be at Florida A&M, Southern, and Grambling State. The men's team won't return home until then, too, as well, in the middle of January.
Yeah, the men just the one home game. The entire non-conference schedule, which is crazy.
They'll be sure battle tested when they return home. Harris knocks in the first free throw. One more for her. Up 69-62. 5 seconds to go. Harris knocks in the second one to make it an 8-point game, 70-62. Wildcats with an opportunity to make this a little bit closer. Down low, Nicholson lays it up and in with a 1.8 to go. And Mercer's going to dribble it out and win the ball game. 70-64 is our final score here in Daytona Beach. Mercer improves to 4-5 on the year. Bethune-Cookman drops to 2-5 in their first home loss of this young season. So Bryce, will get your final thoughts on this one. A hard-fought battle for Bethune-Cookman, but they just come up a little bit short against a really hard-fought contest against the Mercer Bears.
And again, this is a team that you were able to beat last year. You played them close again this year. Certainly a step up, I think, overall, if you look at it just from the state of the two programs. But you see what this team is capable of, and specifically on the defensive end. They're going to give a lot of SWAC teams a lot of problems on defense. They're so tenacious. They fight for every single play, every single rebound, every single pass. Nothing is easy against this Wildcat defense. If they could just find some sort of shooting stroke, whether it's some player that comes in and finds a shot from outside the arc, I think an overall improving of the free throw percentage of this team is still needed. I do think a little bit more facilitation. Just the 13 assists today. Mercer, has 20 on the day. I think a little bit more passing it around. Of course, today was just a clunky game. Just really two clashing styles. Well, really clashing because they were so similar. Two teams that want to play inside first. And so that's why you saw everything so difficult. So when you're matched up against a team that's a little stylistically more favorable towards you, particularly in SWAC play, I think it could get easier. But again, you see the building blocks there. If they stay solid on defense, we know if anybody's watched basketball for any length of time, if you can stay solid on that end of the floor, there's really not much you can't do. And so if they start there, if they don't get discouraged on what's going to be a really tough non-conference schedule, if they can get through that, make it out better on the other side, maybe steal a win or two, lock in for conference play, there's a good chance, again, that we can see a different team that comes back the next time we see them at Moore Gym.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the defense was strong. 9 steals for Bethune-Cookman. They forced 14 turnovers from the Bears, and they scored a decent amount, 18 points off those turnovers. And also you got to look at points in the paint, 38 points for Bethune-Cookman against a Mercer team that had a lot of size down low. So they held their own against the Mercer Bears down low, but like you said, building blocks there for the defense, and the offense should come with it. And if they can start shooting it at a decent clip from beyond the arc and from the field, I think this team could do a lot of damage in the SWAC. So that's going to do it for us. 70-64, Mercer gets a a road win against the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. For Bryce Honowski, I'm Kenny Scherlinger and our tremendous CatEye Network crew here on YouTube.com. Thank you for tuning in with us this afternoon. Hope everybody has a great rest of their weekend here after Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you real soon.